What's up guys, WOOO here, back again with another Division 2 video. Welcome back. Today's video is, you guessed it, part 2 of the best talents to use on your skill build for your backpacks. I'm going to go through every single talent as clearly and concisely so you know exactly what to use and what not to use for your builds in Division 2. Guys, this is aimed at newer, more casual agents, of course, and hopefully helping out a few seasoned pros. Any questions, any feedback, drop them below. If you want to see more of these kind of videos, let me know in the comment section. And this will be a lengthy one, so make sure you have a beer or a coffee or something next to you as we go through this. Guys, without further ado, let's do this. Guys, every single backpack talent in this video and exotic, let's do it. Okay, Acostas go bag. So, one in hand is the talent I want to talk about first. Throwing a grenade refunds it and grants 1+ skill tier for 15 seconds. Grants overcharge if already at skill tier 6. Your cooldown is 1 minute. I like this. I do. I really do. However, I want more grenade slots. I really do, because you do need more grenades with this. You cannot consistently spam overcharge. That's a shame. I feel that the devs don't want you to. It's simples. Now, it's frustrating because there are talents that will offer much more damage than overcharge. And the overcharge is for 15 seconds. So it is highly frustrating why this is not buffed a little bit to the point where it's actually one of the best in slot. But it isn't. It's far from it. But it's still very useful to use. And it does have value on a number of builds. One thing I will say, if you want to look at a skill variant to use with the Acostas Go Bag, simple. The Oxidiser, huge radius, extra damage. It is nice. It's beautiful. So check that out if you want to look at the Acostas Go Bag. The second piece of the talent is 2 in the bag. 1 arm capacity, 3 grenades, 25% ammo capacity, 10% repair skills, 10% status effects. It has a room, it has a place within the backpack category of skill builds. It does. Is it quite high up? No, it's not. It's about mid-tier. It's decent. It has a home. However, guys, they're just more feasible options for your builds. And I apologise because I really want to see this as one of the go-to exotics, and it's not, because exotics should be, in my opinion, best in slot for your pieces, but this is not best in slot. It's useful and viable, but that's where it ends. The Memento backpack, guys. This is a very useful backpack. In fact, this is one of the best. This is where the Acostas Go Bag, it's kind of meh. This is kind of, oh yeah, I like this. Why is that? Okay, it rolls with core attributes being weapon damage, armor, and skill tier. So what that effectively means, if you have the technician specialization, you should only roll with 4 skill tiered pieces. Why is that? Because technician grants you 1 anyway, so that's 5, and then you have this piece which has a skill tier, so you're at 6. So you will have, as you can see on the screen, 1.1 million armor if you have 2 armor pieces. That's a lot of armor. And you get the extra 13% weapon damage, well, potentially 15% weapon damage. So you have more weapon damage, more armor, and that skill tier. That's just great. And then you have, again, as you don't have to use a crit damage mod. You can use whatever mod you wish. Still, initially, you can see where it's going. It's nice. It offers survivability damage. For what? Let's take a look. Kill confirmed is a talent. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long-term buff, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. 5% weapon damage for red attributes. For blue, 10% bonus armor. For yellow is 5% skill efficiency. And for every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regen for 300 seconds. And your maximum is 30 stacks. Peeps, now, the Memento is an excellent backpack, and if you go through my build portfolio, you will not see many builds utilising the Memento backpack. And you're thinking, hang a sec, WOOO, you've said this is great. You've said this is great, but why are you not using it? And I'll explain why. Now, I do a lot of my content, which is group synergize, so legendary content as an example. Clanmates or match made, and I don't feel you get the greatest benefit with this because you do suffice a little bit of damage because you're using this piece. And that is why I kind of sit back and go, I'd rather have A, B or C on my build. it depends how I'm rolling. If I'm rolling with a skill damage build, then I'd roll with combined arms or tech support. If I'm rolling with a status effect build, I'd probably roll with EP gear set because of the 30% damage for your status effect targets. There are very many different scenarios and synergies that can be used. For me, this is a perfect solo piece. It is. It really is. Pair it with the kinetic momentum chest piece, you'll know what I'm talking about. It shreds. It is a wonderful piece, but you got to pick those trophies up. It's all dependent on getting them trophies. That's the way I see it. If you can get those trophies, if you can get them kills, then this is perhaps one of the best backpacks to use in the game. Check it out. It's awesome. Now, guys, let's go and look at the talents. Okay, firstly, we're going to see them at riches. We're going to see the backpacks and then talents. There you go. Now, for namesake, I'm only going to go through the standard pieces. I'm not going to go through the perfect pieces at all. But again, I might mention that as I go if we compare a particular pair of skills or talents. So the first talent is combined arms. And we know the perfect one rolls at 30% damage. This is 25% damage. Shooting an enemy increases total skill damage by 25% for 3 seconds. Of course, the perfect is 30%. Now, this is my best, most favoured backpack talents in the game. Again, you go through my old build portfolio, you'll see this as the #1 backpack of choice. Why? Because of my style, the way I play the game. I am not a sit back in cover as what a lot of people say, the lazy boy build, and I will show you the lazy boy talent very shortly, but that's how it's defined. With me, I'm an aggressive player. I have to be up close and personal. I have to be there. That's the way I play, and that's the way I play with skill builds, and that just adds to my challenge. Again, I don't drop very often, but when I do, again, it is highly frustrating. I get it, but with that being said, I'm not the one that's going to sit in cover and just wait for the skills to do all the work. I have to get involved. I have to play my part. That's my style. So combined arms is perfect for me. It may not be perfect for you, but it's still, it's an amazing backpack talent. We know what the perfect piece does, and that's what I roll with, the perfect 30% damage, because I'm consistently shooting. Guys, check this talent out. Energize. Using an armor kit grants 1 skill tier for 15 seconds. If already at skill tier 6, grants overcharge. Your cooldown is 1 minute. Now, this is the slightly inferior version of the Acostas go bags. You only have this, you don't have 2 in the bag, which is a little bit frustrating. Now, Energize, I really feel it doesn't have much of a place in any build, in my opinion. Why? Because, again, Acostas is kind of okay, and this is half of Acostas, so you can kind of see where I'm going now. And again, it's 30 seconds. If it was 30-second cooldown, I'd be all over this like a rash. I'd test it and I'd see how much I could get from it. It isn't, so it doesn't interest me. I've used this in a few builds, and again, it just doesn't do what I need. So for me, I would not recommend Energize on your build. There are far superior talents to use, guys, so don't use Energized. Calculated. Now, Calculated is one of the best talents on your backpack for challenging and heroic content. Because, again, of getting those skills back really quick and efficiently, because, again, this is kills from cover, reduce your cooldowns by 10%. Simple, weapons, and skill-based. So if you're getting kills by both, happy days, you get your skills back pretty quickly. With that being said, legendary content, you know that's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. So there's no point. There's 0 point. How many times can you throw a Seeker Mine, Cluster Seekers, Explosive Seeker, whatever it may be, to a legendary elite enemy, and he drops? You might shave off, I don't know what, 10% of his armor, 20% if you're lucky. So why would you use Calculated on legendary content? You shouldn't. Avoid it. But for heroics challenging, it's awesome. It's awesome because you get your skills back much quicker. That's where the story ends, I'm afraid, for me. So Calculated is kind of, yeah, maybe, dependent on the difficulty. Tech support. This is the lazy boy piece. I like tech support. I really do. I think it's great. Skill kills increase total skill damage by 25% for 20 seconds. It's an amazing talent. It truly is. My problem is I can't see past combined arms. I can't because of how I play. Now, with that being said, so if combined arms was at 25% and tech support at 25% also, as in the perfect pieces, then I would kind of go towards tech support. I gravitate towards that, but perfect combined arms is 30% damage. So I'd take the extra 5% all day long. Still, tech support, if you want to sit in cover, this is great for legendary content. It really is, because you can sit in your cover, let your striker drone, let your assault turret really kick off the work. You can sit back and just soak up the damage. Lovely. So tech support is great for that. And it is perhaps, a lot of people say this, the best backpack talent in the game. For me, combined arms. For a lot of other people, tech support. Either way, guys, you can't go wrong. It is personal preference. But guys, seriously though, check out tech support. It's awesome. Shock and awe. Applying a status effect to an enemy increases total skill damage and repair by 20% for 20 seconds. Guys, this used to be a good handy talent. Unfortunately, it's just redundant now. Because, again, you apply a status effect, you're going to get 20% total skill damage, but you have tech support, you have combined arms. You could say 20% extra repair. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Because if you're rolling with a healer build without safeguard, which is the next one we're going to talk about, 2 heals from your high restorer, you're back at full health. Irrelevant. So that extra 20% it's for me, it's not enough. It is not enough of a skill repair. So for me, I would not recommend shock and awe, guys. You can't see past the Elite 2 at the moment. It's all about combined arms and tech support. Safeguard. If you want to put together a healer build that just offers some absolutely kick-ass heals, then guys, yes, Safeguard is a great choice. Again, it's a wonderful choice. From 0 armor to 100% armor with 1 tick is amazing. If you're in cover, spamming those heals and you're 100% armor, guys, your teammates will love you. Yes, I am on board with that. I'm on the Safeguard WOOO choo-choo train. Seriously. With that being said, now when I do a skill build, when I look at healing builds, one of the things I look at personally is I need to keep players alive. So Safeguard isn't essential. It's not essential. It's quirky, gimmicky, and it is useful in certain situations, yes, too right. But I like to give my teammates something extra. What can you give them something extra? So, as much as I love Safeguard, there are different options. And again, do we really need that massive, massive heal? Some occasions, yes. But for me personally, I'd rather look at other talents that will buff my teammates to deliver higher DPS or more consistent DPS through extra rounds, being something like Overclock. Again, we'll go through that very shortly. But Safeguard, guys, seriously, it's an excellent talent. I do recommend it. But I will say, is there different alternatives also? Bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 10. And guys, this for me is, way back when, this would be the best talent in the game for an armor build. Many, many times I go into PvP, early days Division 2, and I'd see Bloodsucker builds galore because they would just be stacking all this extra armor. And armor's king in PvP. So for me, Bloodsucker is not a skill build talent. I have tested this on a skill build. Yes, I have tested this on a skill build, and heroic missions, it don't work, is crap. To be honest, it don't work. Challenging content, it's awesome because you spam a couple of seekers, it blows up a few NPCs, you're going to get an extra 20-30% bonus armor. You've got that fat chunk of armor, you're laughing. You are laughing. And then put it Intimidate on the chest piece. Jobs are good and let's go home. But you go above challenging, it's redundant talent. I would not use it. Sorry, folks. Overclock. Allies within 7 meters of your deployed skills gain 25% reload speed and reduces their active cooldowns by 0.2 seconds each second. This is what I'm talking about. Now, if you're running a healer build, this is something I would check out. This is something that I would recommend. Because it buffs your teammates. And that's what you want on any build. If you're a healer, you want to play that selfless role where you're buffing your teammates and giving them the extra ability to do more skill damage or more weapon damage. This talent does so. This is such an underutilized but amazing talent to use. And I'm going to again break it down for you. So, where you look at it, for example, on a skill build, if I'm playing with someone, if I'm rolling with a skill damage build, and I've got this healer here, and he's giving me this little buff of Overclock, what's going to happen is I've got, as an example, a 10-second Seeker Mind build. Again, just say that, just 10 seconds. If I'm in the radius within that 7 meters and that green line is attached to me, that 10 seconds becomes 8 seconds. And you're thinking, it's 2 seconds, WOOO. Who gives a crap about 2 seconds? Now, if you go over that over the course of a minute, you can see where I'm going. And we just keep growing. And you will eventually throw more and more skill variants. More skills is more damage. So if you're going to stay with your best friend who's got Overclock on, you can spam your skills more often and do more damage. And still have a nice fat heal heading your way. And that's why I would reconsider Safeguard and look at Overclock. That's just your skill damage, your skill cooldowns. That's Ace. 0.2 seconds per per second. So very simple. That is 1 second back for every 5 seconds. Awesome. That is awesome. And that's what you want on your build, because every 5 seconds, you're gaining a second back. And again, that 10-second Seeker Mind becomes an 8-second Seeker Mind build. That's why Overclock, guys, seriously, and I'm spending a lot of time on this talent, but trust me, it's a good talent. Now we look at the 25% reload speed. Again, if you just look at, as an example, LMGs with a 5-second reload speed, you are shaving off a whole chunk of time. That is, again, about 1.25 seconds you are shaving off. Is that a good thing? That's an excellent thing. Again, that's more DPS you can output over time. Just want to bear in mind, guys, but Overclock, trust me, I've said enough. Underutilized, but I do respect it. Great talent to use. Leadership. Performing a cover to cover grants 15% of your armor as bonus armor to you and all allies for 10 seconds. This is doubled if you end within 10 meters of an enemy. Leadership, is it a skill build talent? Funnily enough, I tested this on a build and it did okay. It's not going to work on legendaries because it's just no. You just don't do it. You have to be all shit kind of that crazy, but just no, it won't work. Heroic content, it has a bit of value, but for me, you miss out on too much damage. Yeah, you get a bit extra armor for your teammates, but you're missing out on that damage. And that puts me off a little bit. So leadership is okay. It's quirky, but it's not for me, I'm afraid, and I wouldn't recommend it. Protector. When your shield is damaged, you gain 5% bonus armor, and all of the allies gain 15% of your armor as bonus armor for 3 seconds. Guys, this is not a skill build talent. It's great for shield builds, simple. More armor you're going to give out to teammates, more bonus armor. So, yeah, it's not skill build for me. Versatile. Again, very simply, guys, this is not a skill build talent whatsoever. So, instead of me talking this, go through this, I'm going to leave it. It's not a skill build talent. Vigilance. Increases total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables this buff for 4 seconds. Again, like Versatile, it's not a skill build talent. Guys, there's not a lot I can say about this. Opportunistic. Enemies you hit with shotguns and marksman rifles amplifies the damage they take by 10% from all sources for 5 seconds. Now, guys, this is a talent I am going to talk about because Opportunistic is decent. It is a decent talent because you read this back, it says amplifies the damage from all sources by 10%. Guys, very simply, I'm just going to plant a seed with this. Opportunistic. Scorpio. You're in a good place here now, guys, to do some damage and amplify that damage as well with your skills. You see where I'm going now. This is a useful, very useful talent to have. Now, I don't use it very often, admittedly so, but still, it is a wonderful talent. Check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Don't look past this. Opportunistic has some value. Again, would I use it marksman rifle? Of course I wouldn't. What's the fecking point? But I would use it. I would use it on my Scorpio build. There you go. Decent talent, guys. Unstoppable force. Killing enemy increases total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times. Guys, it's not a skill build talent. Let's move on. Composure will uncover increases total weapon damage by 15%. Same again. Companion. While you are within 5 meters of an ally or skill, total weapon damage increased by 15%. Same again. Concussion. Again, guys, the song remains the same. This is not a skill build talent. However, this one is. Creeping Death. When you apply a status effect, it is also applied to all enemies within 8 meters of your target. The cooldown is 15 seconds. This has had a few buffs and nerfs over the time of the Division 2. Creeping Death is such a lovely talent to use. I use it on a number of builds. For example, once you proc the shock from your Scorpio, it triggers Creeping Death. So not necessarily your chest piece talent. Your weapons can do this also. For example, Trauma. The Trauma Creeping Death is the marriage made in heaven. The two kind of pieces that are made to go together. They seriously are. Creeping Death, guys, seriously, status effect builds, even skill damage build, it's great to have something like this. As long as you can proc that status effect, you proc crowd control. And in legendaries, that's great to have because it gets you out of so many pickles. So Creeping Death, don't look past this, guy. Still an excellent talent to use. Galvanize. Now Galvanize. Now I'm going to talk about this talent. Applying a blind, ensnare, confuse, or shock to an enemy grants 40% of your armor as bonus armor to allies within 20 meters of the enemy for 10 seconds. Galvanize, guys. Galvanize. Right, okay. Where did we start? Now, this gives you so many options. The blind, you think Firefly. You also feel Trauma, chest piece. You know, think outside the box. Ensnare, you think Riot Foam. Confuse, what can you do with Confuse, guys? Again, plant a seed. Shock, there's plenty of options again. There's the Scorpio shock. There's the shock trap. There's the shock from Tamper Proof. Guys, it don't work. I've tested it. Other than that, it don't work. But still, what you're going to do is grant 40% of your bonus armor. So if you're going to run this on a skill build, you have to roll with as much armor as possible to get that bonus armor for your allies. It's great. It is super duper fun. It's good for legendaries because it adds extra survivability in abundance and also offers that status effect, which is great. For me, I love Galvanize. I think Galvanize is amazing talent. It is amazing talent, guys. Don't look past it, truly. Galvanize, I'd use this on my skill builds all day long. Status effect builds, yes, Galvanize is one of the first talents I'd look at adding on my builds. But Galvanize, yes. You get the feeling now. I like Galvanize. Wicked. Applying a status effect increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. Guys, it is a kind of a skill build talent. It is something I'd use. Check this out with the Scorpio. You'll see what I mean. As soon as you proc that shock, there's an extra 18% damage, which is beautiful. Clutch, guys, we know is not a skill build talent. Same as Adrenaline Rush. And that's where we end. Guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments below. Trust me, guys. If you want me to do this over some other pieces, I will happily will, or some skill variants, guys. Just tell me in the comment section what you want to see, and I'll make sure it happens. Guys, as always, love you all. I've enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Peace.